All right, you might be surprised to see ourselves here on this case study page, but we are our own case study. So I wanted to talk about that a little because we use the same process that we use for all of our customers for ourselves, right? And that's actually how this whole business started. That basically, when I dropped out of college in 2017 and all of that, I decided to just document my journey and post content about what I was up to and what I was doing and what I was thinking about on Instagram and LinkedIn and YouTube and Snapchat and all these platforms, right? And I had no clue what I was doing back then. And eventually, as this kind of started picking up momentum and people on LinkedIn started watching my videos and started following me, and I was in New York talking to people at networking events, and eventually two business owners told me, "Hey, that's really cool what you're doing with these videos on LinkedIn. Can you do this for me and I'll pay you money for it?" And that's basically how this whole business started. In the beginning, it was just me and a friend of mine trying to do this content for LinkedIn that we had been doing for ourselves for people. And we made a lot of mistakes and we broke up. We used to be co-founders. Now we're not anymore. I restarted this business, but from then on, it was just a continuous kind of process of learning how to systematize it, how to make this better, how to deliver results for client more reliably, how to build a process around all of this to better understand B2B companies, because I was like I was 21 years old. I had no clue about how B2B companies work and how they sell and how their marketing and sales process looks like. So here we are now with 8 people, in 2022, and we've grown basically since I started this. Let's say end of 2018, beginning of 2019. You know, continuously we're bootstrapped. In 2020, we did 100K in revenue, cash collected. In 2021, we did just over $250,000 in revenue, cash collected, and now in 2022, we're on track to do, probably around 500 to 600K. Obviously, the year isn't over, and all of this is basically through the content, right? Like, I use the exact same process for my videos that we use for our customers. So I record 8 videos every month together with Jay, 2 per week, which we then publish on my LinkedIn and on Project 33's LinkedIn account and on a YouTube channel that we have for Project 33. And we have an email newsletter that we send out every 2 weeks. So it's literally copy paste the exact same process that we use for ourselves. We eat our own dog food, we practice what we preach, and all of our growth came through this, right? Like, all of our revenue growth basically came through this content that we posted. Still, roughly 70% of our customers come either through referrals or through finding our content, usually on LinkedIn, watching some of them, and then eventually going on the website and booking a demo. Right. It used to be 90%. Now we started adding a couple of other channels. But even with, for example, the ads that we now started running, we use the videos that we record, these 8 videos every month, in those ads, right? So it's that process. We found half of our team members through this content, right? Bruna and Saurabh and Sven and Nandan, they all came through having watched some sort of video of mine or had been following me on social for a while, and not only made that hiring process very easy and very short, because when we, for example, started looking for a project manager, I just put out a post on my socials saying, "Hey, we're looking for a project manager," and Bruna reached out, right? And we talked with a bunch of other people who came through, like a job board where I put up some things. But the people who came through our content, the people who had been following me or Jay before, there was just such a higher affinity to the business, right? Because they already knew who we are, they already knew about Project 33, they had already seen some case studies, they know what we do, they know how we do things, they've seen our processes, they understand how we operate and how we do things. So this affinity, this culture fit, if you want to call it, was much bigger, right? So half the people that we hired, the other half were basically friends of mine who I knew before, and the other half just came through the content that we've been posting, our team. As I said, most of our revenue, most of our customers come through our content. I do the sales calls. Most people that they know my face before they hop on the first sales call with me, right? So sales cycles for us are relatively short, right? Oftentimes it takes a month, 1 or 2 or maybe 3 calls with a prospect, and then and you see the pricing on our page, right? We're in the 5-figure range, around the $30,000, where we sell our solutions, 6 months contracts, and we close people, within a month, on 1 or 2 or 3 calls. Obviously, it looks a little weird to have ourselves here on the case study, but by being kind of a customer to ourselves, right? Jay, our creative director, also uses exactly our process one to one to create his videos for his LinkedIn that are also on our website. That way, we always experience firsthand where something is not working, where something could be improved, where there's a little inefficiency. So oftentimes, we don't even have to wait for a customer to tell us, hey, this is not so good or this is not working, because we experience ourselves. We approve videos the exact same way that customers do it. Saurabh or Sven or Nandan write our copy so we can see when there's something not as good as it could be, right? And so it was the best decision that we could have made to just one to one use our process on ourselves, because obviously it shows skin in the game, right? Like we practice what we preach, but also it helps us to firsthand experience where we can improve the product or the process. And obviously it's how we've grown the business, right? Like it's where our customers come from, and it's where we find our team members. And as we keep growing, obviously, as I think about hiring our first salesperson, bringing in a second creative director, I will for sure make our first salesperson use our process too, right? Create these videos, one, because that's what they're going to be selling, so it's good for them to experience it, but two, also because that's what we believe in, right? Like that person is going to be the person on the sales call with clients. What's better than people being able to see that person, see their face before they hop on the first call, and through these videos validate that that person knows what they're talking about, right? That they understand the B2B landscape and how sales works and how content fits into that and how marketing and sales processes can be optimized, all of these things, right? How content works. So, and it helps us, find people who are a good fit for us. Anyway, so I'm preaching here. Obviously, we love what you do. We're very excited about what we built here. That's why we use it on ourselves, and that's why you see this video here.